To Comics on Parole. My name is Dan Glazer. How you doing, Al?
What's up, man?
We do not, like my old girlfriend said, nothing, that's the problem. We do not have Vanessa here tonight, but we want to make a brief announcement about Vanessa, so pop up her thing. And she has some event. Read it to me, Al, because I can't read it.
I can't read it either.
Well, that's it, right there.
Oh, man.
Take Vanessa away.
Wait a minute.
Okay, I can't read it.
I might be able to.
Oh, there we go. So, Audience Prism, live from Atlanta, Georgia, web TV series, Monday night, November 2nd. That's nothing. Oh, it's her own show.
Yes.
Oh, she's going to have her own show. So it's Monday night, November 2nd. Well, that's exciting.
Yeah.
And she says she's going to stay on this show, too.
Yeah.
We're going to cross the street. Yeah. Did you get new glasses? Anyway, okay, before we invite our very honored guest here, I have to do my Dan Glazer's Facebook jokes.
Okay.
I haven't memorized them yet, so I'll read them. I was told last night that my jokes are like a UPS delivery truck, because when I tell a joke, it takes the audience 6 to 7 days to get it. Oh, okay. I had a very unfunny set last night. I went up to the club manager and said, sorry, my set wasn't funny. He said, Dan, you haven't had a funny set in the last 4 years, so why start now? A comic friend said, Dan, I like your jokes. Did you get them out of the Reader's Digest? I replied, no, but the Reader's Digest just canceled my subscription after I tried to submit them. Playboy just announced it's no longer displaying nude pictures. Time to renew my subscription to National Geographic. I have 4 sister-in-laws. 3 are in the United States, and 1 is 9,000 miles away in a remote country with no form of modern communication. She's my favorite. Okay, now let's get on. This is a big honor to have this young man on the set. Come on up here, Mr. Abdo. This is Garry Abdo, the owner and manager of the Atlanta Comedy Theater. How are you doing, Garry?
Good. How are you?
This is a big honor because
do we have to. I have to stare at myself.
I know it's hard. You want to look
is.
at yourself, but look at because most.
Is my hair good?
Let me explain to you. It's a big honor that you've come on the show because most owners or managers of major comedy clubs do not want to be seen on this show.
Well, I've been in the room 20 minutes and I've been asked for 7 bookings, and there's only 4 comics here. Pretty much like any other night at the comedy club.
That was good. I don't know where to start with you because you've been in the comedy industry for how many years?
Oh God. Well, I started booking comedy in 1991.
Okay.
I paid Chris Tucker $35.
Oh my
So did
God.
I tell you how long I've been in it?
So before wow.
Yeah.
He was skinny then too. I've noticed he's gained weight.
He was a kid.
He came with the punchline. I said, someone said, "That's Chris Tucker." I said, "That's Chris Tucker." I like him. I'm a very big fan of Chris. But before we do, let's talk a little bit about the club. Could you show a couple pictures of the club? Tell us about the club, whatever you'd like.
Well, the Atlanta Comedy Theater. It's a brand new comedy club off Jimmy Carter Boulevard in Norcross. We are a mainstream club, which is something new to me. My background really for the past 22 years has been urban comedy. People used to say, well, do you know this comic? And I'm like, well, is he white? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, no, I don't know.
Yeah.
So this is an interesting foray for me to find out if there are any funny white guys out there.
That's right.
So we're still trying to figure that out.
There's another picture too. It is a beautiful club.
We really went all out. This was, I have 3 partners in the club. 2 of them, Tyrone Rogers and John Walker, they are surgical assistants. So they're basically, hands deep in you, just like the surgeon is.
Yeah.
Which is great because we get a different insight into our business. My other partner, Abraham Hernandez, he's a remodeler, but he helped me run several of the clubs over the years.
Wow.
So it's great to have two partners
Yeah.
who kind of give you a sense of normalcy.
Well, you said one does rectal exams. What is he?
No rectal exams. No,
What
no,
does
no.
he do?
No, they're surgical assistants. They
Gotcha.
literally help the doctor.
Oh, he's a surgeon.
Yeah, they're in there with their hands into your body.
Oh, okay. I thought
during
you
the
were being like
operation.
facetious.
No,
that-
no, I'm actually literal on that one.
He's a pain in the ass on me. He's always
Yeah,
wanted to know
no.
where the go. Okay, well, that's interesting. So you have people from different areas of careers. Now, what direction are we going with? You have an open mic on Wednesday.
We do. We have an open mic on Wednesday. Our regular headlining shows are Thursday through Sunday. Some of the bigger names only want to work Friday and Saturday,
Right,
so
right.
that'll happen, and then we'll have local headliners.
But what was nice, you had a big, pretty well-known comic last Wednesday, and he wanted to go Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. What was his name?
Oh, Danny Bivens.
Yeah, he's
No, he
pretty
didn't
well-
want to.
Oh,
I made him.
you made him. Okay.
It's we're at that at the very beginning stages. We're 3 weeks old.
Yeah, you're sweet. But
So when I book the comics, it's like, look, guys, we're all in this together. This
Right.
This is a circle of life, and I need you to come in for the whole.
Well, let's go back to your career because it is very. You've seen a lot of and known a lot of people. So you originally you did try comedy, do stand-up comedy for a while.
I have a Bachelor of Fine Arts degree in acting and directing. So like any good actor, I waited tables for 9 years.
Yeah.
And I was a water cooler comic. Back
Right.
in the break room. I'd crack
So
everybody
you
up.
probably performed with some big ones then.
Well, they, all my friends were like, "Oh, we heard about this open mic competition, and you need to go." It was at Dr. Munchie's out on Roswell Road, which no longer
What
exists.
year was that?
Oh my God, 89.
Oh, I was here. I don't remember it.
And they were doing something in conjunction with the Funny Bone. So
Oh,
they
yeah,
would do
yeah,
like a
right,
6-week thing, and then all the winners would go to the Funny Bone.
Uh-huh.
Well, by the time I got to the Funny Bone, the other winners were Earthquake, Tom Simmons, Shane Keith,
Wow.
Shy McBride, which not many people know did stand-up.
I worked with him
Did you?
a long time.
Yeah,
When we were writing songs.
Yeah, Shy's great.
He's incredible.
Great guy. Incredible stage presence. But he went out to L.A., got on the John Larroquette show,
Yeah.
and blew up and really never did stand-up
Well, that
again.
show didn't stay on long either.
No, but it launched his career.
Roger.
I mean,
Let's post some of the pictures. Let's put the first one, Garrett and Chappelle.
good old Dave.
Did you know pretty well?
Dave, this is a great story. Dave was actually playing Uptown, my first club, the weekend Robin Hood Men in Tights came out. And on my right is my oldest son, Cameron. He was about 6 at the time. And Dave said, "I want to go see the movie." And I'm like, "Well, I've got my son." He's like, "Well, bring him."
Yeah.
So the three of us went to see Robin Hood Men in
Oh,
Tights
my God.
together. And then, of course, my son gets into high school, and the Chappelle show is the biggest thing ever.
Well, how big was he at this time in this picture? Was he real well known?
This
at
is
that-
right after he got back from Africa. This is after he gave back the $50 million.
I know. It was too much for him. I was really just too much.
That was an amazing evening because you couldn't get to Dave. I would have had better luck getting Bin Laden on the phone than
Oh,
Dave.
wow, yeah.
So I waited like a groupie for the bus to pull in, and he saw me, and he came over, and
He
he
remembered
goes,
it.
come back after the show. So I'm thinking meet and greet, say hi, get a picture, and we're good. And, we go back there, and it's me, my kids, him, and Mos Def, and that's it.
And he had a farm in Africa,
He still
right?
he has a farm in Ohio.
In Ohio, but must be a very humble guy. Because it was too. What I read, it was too. All that money, it was just too much.
It wasn't the money that did it. What he told me that night was, they were trying to control me at that point.
Oh, right.
The show was funny because the first 2 seasons because I was doing what I did.
Right.
And then all of a sudden they give me this money and they want to control me and make me do things, and I'm like, I don't want to do that. That's not funny.
Yeah.
And that's when he said, his exact words to me were, Gary, you work really hard to make money to be happy.
Right.
This money didn't make me happy.
Right.
I can make $50 million.
Right.
I don't need them to make $50 million.
Right.
And give it back.
Wow, he's a proud man.
He's an amazing guy.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Now let's go to Gary Hart. Tell us a little Kevin Hart, rather. Tell us about Kevin Hart. Gary Hart was a politician, right?
He
Ran
was.
for president.
He was.
You need to go to a few movies.
That's right.
You need to get out a little bit.
You'll get it right there.
Kevin's the hardest working man in any business.
Yeah.
Forget just entertainment. Any business. You've never seen anybody.
I've seen his last 2 movies. I saw the Wedding, where he's a wedding guy,
Wedding Ringer, right.
and I saw it with what was it with Will Ferrell.
With what?
Yeah, it was very good.
Get Hard.
Yeah, very good, very good.
Yeah.
So you knew him pretty well, or?
As he in between, it was right before he blew up.
Yeah.
So I was like the first person to bring him to Atlanta.
Wow.
And I had him on V103, and Frank Ski was off that day, and Wanda let him stay on for 2 hours.
Wow.
When I tell you our phones did not stop, because Kevin is just amazing.
Yeah.
You can just sit and talk to Kevin all day long, and he will always be funny.
Isn't that something?
Great guy.
Yeah.
Just a great guy.
Chris Rock. Let's go to Chris Rock.
Ooh, long time ago. Oh my God. I think I have hair in this picture, right? Yeah, look at that. Wow. Holy cow. Back when we were young men. This was right after he finished Saturday Night Live. I had a club in Dallas for 6 months.
Yeah.
Didn't work out. So this was taken in Dallas, and then he came and played Atlanta after this. And while he was playing Atlanta, he was flying out every day to go to Orlando to do the voiceover for the little penny doll. If you remember the commercial for Nike where he did the voiceover for Penny Hardaway.
What is he, about 25
for the
here?
little penny?
Because you look very young.
Oh God, I'm probably 32,
Yeah,
so
so-
he's in that ballpark, probably 25,
Nice guy,
26.
very intelligent guy. I
Very
understand.
quiet.
Yeah, very.
He's incredibly polite, incredibly professional.
Yeah.
But if you don't ask him a question, he's not offering up any information.
Right. Go to the next one. One of the Wayans brothers.
Oh my God, I love the one. Oh well, that one's Damon.
Damon,
Okay.
yeah.
Not the one I thought. No, Damon's cool, but Damon is a star.
Yeah,
and Damon knows he's a star.
Yeah, and he does. He did more. I remember he was in a movie with Bruce Willis, football movie.
Oh
yeah.
Right.
And the other one is more personable. His brother.
The other two, Sean and Marlan, are like the sweetest human beings on the planet ever. I had them here maybe 3 years ago, and they asked my youngest son to videotape them because Marlan was working on his stand-up. Yeah. And then he paid him. I would have liked to have made what he paid him to videotape. Well, he was just at the Improv 6 months ago, and I went to see him, and he says to me, "How's Austin?"
Oh my God. Yeah.
Okay, that was 3 years ago. My kid, one club you worked, who taped you, and you remembered his name. That tells you his level of humility. He's just an amazing person.
Have you met K-Dub? You know K-Dub?
Of course.
So
K-Dub started at the club.
Yeah, and K-Dub performed at the Miller Lite contest in Atlanta.
Sure.
And he was very
and
good.
And Marlan was on. And
that's right.
Judge.
And K-Dub came in second or third. And he took him out to dinner because K-Dub was a little upset. He said, "Listen, it's not the people that win. They get famous. It's always the second or third."
Right.
Yeah, he took him out to dinner. Okay, go to the next one.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Schneider?
Yeah, Rob Schneider.
Rob Schneider, yeah.
Just his agent and I are really, really good friends.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
he, put us in touch, and
Right.
we got to meet him and talk to him.
Seems like a nice guy.
He's very nice, but my encounter with him was very brief.
Oh, okay. Okay, let's go to Justin Bieber. You had to you were babysitting for him this night.
Yeah, we were babysitting. We were taking care of him.
Tell us the story about it.
Kevin Hart was actually at the club, and somebody walks up to us and says, Usher and Justin Bieber are on their way, and we're like,
well, Usher, they live here in Atlanta.
Well, yeah, he was actually recording his Christmas album. This was like maybe October of whatever year it was.
We had his. There was a guitarist named Blue that played for him. He came on the show.
Oh, okay.
Real nice kid. But this is his favorite town, Atlanta.
Well, yeah, and when he came in, you had to be really. His bodyguards are in mass.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Several.
Okay, next one. Steve Harvey?
Steve and Ricky. Well, Steve actually taught me the telemarketing system that we still use today in the club. He had opened his club in Dallas about 6 months before I opened the original Uptown in '93. And his manager and I were partners. His manager was an original partner at the original club. And so that's how I got to know Steve. And
Now, Steve, he does the Family Feud.
He does Family Feud. He has the talk show.
It's all here in Atlanta, right?
Clothing line. No, the talk show's out of Chicago.
Oh, is he? So, I didn't even know Family Feud was here in Atlanta.
Yeah, they do that at the Civic Center.
So he flies back and forth then.
Well, they come. No, they shoot it all in like 6 weeks.
Okay. Oh, gotcha.
They shoot the whole season.
Okay, next one. This is the one.
This is the one. Which one?
Yes,
this?
Tell us about Robin Williams.
Yeah. Oh, God himself. That was at the Fox Theater, and Walter Latham was the promoter, and I managed Ricky Smiley for a while, and Ricky was on Walter's tour, and I knew he was doing Robin's tour, so we reached out and said, hey, I really got to meet Robin Williams.
Did you talk with him for a while?
For a little bit, and he finished his show, and he works at like all the comics. I mean, he was drenched, so he goes off, he takes a shower, and then he comes in, and there's a lot of people in the meet and greet room, to meet him. So but he's very generous with his time. He talks with you, and I said, I was going to bring my son, but he's 12, and he was like, oh no, don't do that, don't do that. No. That wouldn't have been good.
I was talking to a comic at the at the Punchline, and he knew Robin. He said when he was young, and even if he moved his finger, people laughed. And he said it got to the point, he said to him, he goes, I don't know what's funny anymore. Because whatever I do, they laugh at.
He is one of those people that when you were in his presence, you understood why he was a star.
Yeah.
I mean, it exuded from him in every pore everything he did. I mean, very, very nice man.
Well, listen, this is what anything else you want to say about the club, a website?
www.atlcomedytheater, theater.com. We have all kinds of things going on. We're doing murder mysteries. We're doing improv, stand-up classes, improv classes, regular stand-up. We're doing. We're having some Hispanic programming where. When a Hispanic comic comes in, one of the shows will be done in Spanish, which nobody's done in Atlanta yet. Right. So we're real happy about that.
Very well. Thank you so much for coming on. It was a very big honor. Whatever you want us to do to promote the club, we will do.
Great.
Very good. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Take it to Comics on Parole, open mouth, open mic.
Are you ready to get glazed? It's time to get glazed with Dan Glazer and friends at Jerry Farber's Side Door Hour, featuring Comics on Parole Open Mouth every Wednesday night at 9:30 at Jerry Farber's Side Door at 3652 Roswell Road, Atlanta, Georgia. $5 admission, which includes free wings and sandwiches. So join us for a mouthful of laughter at Jerry Farber's Side Door at 3652 Roswell Road, Atlanta, Georgia. Give him a call, 770-738-3000. That's 770-738-3000. Or visit him on the web at www.jerryfarberssidedoor.com.
And I want to give a little shout out to Jerry Farber's Side Door. We have an open mic, open mouth at Jerry Farber's Side Door every Wednesday. Okay, quickly, the Punchline, it looks like they are going into where the landmark is. So we may be moving the open mic.
Right.
We're looking for a new location. But in the meantime, next Wednesday, we are going to have a roast. The thing is, this was Don Cooper. This is Don Cooper. Don Cooper's a local comic, and he had the idea to have a roast for the last open mic we're having. And I said, Don, why don't you host it? After I find out Don's going to host it, Jerry calls me up and says, we're going to film it. And they've been working on a documentary for a year, and it's going to be connected to the documentary. And then it's going to be on Netflix and Redbox.
All right.
I said, you tell me this now? I asked Don to do it.
Yeah.
It was so anyway, so tell us what we're going to do next.
Well, I mean, we have to do it. After 3 incredibly mediocre years, Jerry Farber's Side Door is being closed and locked.
Yes.
And, Jerry, everybody knows Jerry has touched a lot of young comedians.
Yes.
Some have sued, some haven't.
Yes.
So we want to get everybody an opportunity to really talk about Jerry and their experience with him.
And it's really more appropriate you do the host the roast because you know a lot more roasty bad things about him because I read it on Facebook.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. I don't think there's going to be any lack of roast material next Wednesday. So, yeah, so I don't know, what, 9:30? The usual
9:30
time?
next Wednesday. Now, come early, maybe 7:30 or about 7:30. We will film what your thoughts on Jerry Farber. Say whatever you want. If you have to say vulgarity, I totally understand it. And so you might get on his documentary, which is going to be shown at the Atlanta Film Festival.
And anybody who wants 5 minutes, right? We invite all the
That's
comedians
right.
to come out. Anybody, Garry as well, come out.
Gary, you got to come.
Yeah, Gary's.
Film
And anybody
production.
come out, you get 5 minutes to roast Jerry.
Very good.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so
Thanks,
much,
Dan.
Donald.
All right, buddy. Thanks.
We'll see you next Wednesday. Now I want to welcome to stage a young, very talented young comic who performs all over town. Give it up for Mr. Marlan Ballard. Hey, how you doing, Marlan?
I'm good, man. How are you? How's everybody out
Marlan
there?
could not wait to get on TV. He came here last night. He called me, Dan, I'm at the studio.
He said Monday. He said Monday. I got here. It was one car out there. I was like, maybe he's up there. Maybe.
The directions were on but the time was on the poster, but it was my fault. It was my fault.
okay.
But you couldn't wait to get on. People want publicity no matter what.
Exactly. I'll take it. I'll take any publicity that I get.
So anyway, you said when did you start comedy?
I started comedy 3 years ago.
Okay,
This
and
is my
someone
third year.
discovered you, right?
Yes.
Who's that?
Shantae Wayans, Marlon Wayans' niece. I met her at the Atlanta Punchline. She was on Twitter. I followed her on Twitter.
Marlon Wayne's not very old, so how old was the niece? 10?
They're all close in age.
Oh, are they
believe it or
really?
not. Yeah, they are. They're all very close.
And so she saw you perform?
No, actually, this is before I started. Like, she was giving out tickets. She was like, "You want to come see me perform? Come to the Punchline, meet me there. I give you tickets." So I went there, got the tickets. We talked for a while. We clicked. So she was like, "Maybe we should hang out." And then after a while of hanging out, she's like, "You're very funny. Maybe you should try getting on stage." You
Very
know?
funny. Let's show a few pictures of you. Let's go to the first picture. So this is you with.
Yes, it's not me.
Forget it. That is the poster. That is the poster for the roast.
When did I turn into an old white man?
So this is you. You were and Garry were in a scene in Dumb and Dumber.
Dumb and Dumber 2, yes.
In Marietta Square.
Yes.
And you know they filmed the sequel, the prequel to Dumb and Dumber in Marietta Square too.
Yep, they turned the whole.
And neither one did well.
They turned the whole Marietta Square into El Paso. Was it El Paso? Yeah. So that was interesting. That was interesting. Yeah.
I haven't seen it. I've got to see. Bits and pieces looked funny, but nothing is ever like the original.
They showed all the funny stuff in the commercial.
That's right. And go to the next one. So this is with Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle.
Where were you performing with him?
No, I was at the Tabernacle.
He was there. I remember.
Yeah, and I don't know how I get lucky in meeting all these people. I guess because I look non-threatening.
Right.
Like, I go through the back door. They're like, "Oh, you ain't gonna do nothing. Come on in. So I got to talk to him for a while.
Did you perform?
No, I didn't perform.
Okay.
I wish. Trust me.
It was a sold-out show.
Sold out. He did. All the shows sold out. He did. Him and Donnell Rollins did great.
Go to the next one. Martin Lawrence.
Martin Lawrence, a few weeks ago, yes. That was one of
you know what I want to tell
heroes.
you? He was in Big Mama's house.
Big Mama's house, yep.
So my son was getting summer jobs as extra work. He's not into theater or anything, but so they had him be a stand-in for one of the actors. So Martin Lawrence was there, and then Big Mama came out, was there.
Real Big Mama.
So it wasn't Big Martin Lawrence in the Big Mama outfit.
So it was a stunt double Big Mama.
Yeah, it was the
oh man, that was a great time.
Who my son was a stand-in for was the little kid that used to be on Doogie Howser. He was Doogie Howser's friend, and he was also in the Mafia show. Yeah, Max Costello. And my son really didn't want to be an actor. He said to my son, "You want to be an actor, kid?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "Get out of here. Do not do extra work. Get out of here and don't come back."
Yeah, that's true. So you gotta.
You don't want to get booked, get known as an extra. Okay, good.
That's
Next picture.
true.
Next picture.
Oh man.
Tell us about this.
Jokes and Jugs. This is actually not my show. Crystal Pierce actually started the show. A very funny Atlanta comic. She's very hilarious. She started this show. It's a great open mic. She brings.
Did you perform at it?
Yes, I performed.
Regularly?
Yeah, I went because I saw this picture. I was like, I wanted to see.
Go to
I
the
wanted to
next
see
one.
some jugs.
You were hungry, right?
Yeah, I was.
Go to the next one.
I was, and she wasn't there. Disappointed. But
Tell us about this.
What is that?
I don't know. It was on your thing. So is that you?
I don't know what it is.
Was that a girlfriend? That was a girlfriend,
Not.
right?
Probably now. Probably now.
I did want to know about
A
this.
lot of my exes then turned into that.
I want to know about this. You were in ROTC.
Yes, I was in jail. You dug up and found that one. Oh man.
I thought you.
Yeah, I was in jail.
proud.
My mom is actually, I'm a military brat, and my mom wanted me to join the military at one point.
Gotcha.
So she put me in ROTC, and I hated it. I hated it so much, and they made me the guide on. I was the guy who held the flag.
Okay. So you're from Ohio?
Yes.
Okay, and did you start comedy in Ohio?
No, I started here.
Okay, and then tell us about your idol is Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, I love Eddie Murphy, man.
He's touring now.
He's been a big inspiration on most of the stuff I've done.
Did you know Eddie Murphy? Okay, and he's
touring again.
Can you laugh like him? Okay, and tell us about the Friend Zone.
The Friends, oh man.
Wait a second, but first of all, is the Friend Zone part of a set?
The Friend Zone is actually part of my life because I've never had very successful relationships coming up.
Right.
So Friend Zone is pretty much when girls look at you as an inanimate object, kind of like a lamp or something, and they use you pretty much for.
Well, this is what I'd like to do. I usually post YouTube videos, but they're kind of boring, and anyone can go see your YouTube. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to step away from the stage, and you, as long as you keep it fairly clean, you can keep it edgy. The producer, I don't mind 4-letter words, but he doesn't like 4-letter words.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to step away, and you do your set.
Okay. Give it up for Dan. Walking away from me. So thank you for bringing me to the floor, buddy. Thank you very much. So now I'd like to thank everybody for coming out, man, watching this show, and I like to get some new stuff off my chest. This week I had a kid, so this is very new to me. I had a kid this week. So
You had a kid?
Yes,
Okay.
I did. I had a kid this week, so it's very different, man. He came at the right time because they were about to cut my benefits off, so that was great. They were about to cut my stamps off, so so I was about to show up to the defects office like the dude from Titanic, like, please, I have a child, please. He means the world to me. So I was about to do that, so it's a real blessing. I done joined 4 churches over the course of 6 months because I don't know, the child's a different thing, man. So that was great.
Were
And
you nervous?
I was very nervous. I'm still nervous. Like I'm still.
Are you
'cause
sure
I
you
can't even
thought-
say son. Like I went up to see him earlier. They was like, "Who are you here for?" I'm like, "I'm here to see my son." Oh, I can't do this. Son. I'm a dad. Can I see my son? Thank you. So, and like I said, I'm 24 years old. I love living in Atlanta. Atlanta's a very different place from Ohio. It's a very heavy club scene down here. The club scene is very great. I'm not a great singer, but every time I go to the club, the worst things happen to me. Like last time I went to the club, I bought a girl a drink, and she gave my drink to another dude. Like that pissed me off. But the thing that pissed me off really was I had to sit there and watch the dude drink the roofie. I was like, oh my god, just $34 whole dollars. I followed him around all night for that drink. So that was the highlight of my night. And I can't dance with no girl that's taller than me. Fellas, if you dance with a girl that's taller than you, it is no longer dancing. You are now playing ball with Shaquille O'Neal. That's what I'm talking about right there. I don't know. It's just it's horrible, man. And like I said, I'm from Cleveland, and Atlanta's a very different place. The music scene, everything. My grandma is my biggest hypocrite. My grandma, every time I talk to her, she's like, "You better not be down there on stage cussing and telling lies for money." I'm like, Grandma, I do the same thing you and your pastor does every Sunday. So you cannot tell me. There's nothing you can tell me, Grandma. I'm sorry. This is online. I don't care. You see me now, Grandma. I love you. So that's my life story. My dad's the same way. He's like, man, be careful down there because, Atlanta, they celebrate pride very, very, very gracefully. I'm like, Dad, it's nothing going to happen to me. It's nothing. The worst thing happened when I went to the barber shop and the barber palmed the back of my head for 5 straight minutes telling me how good the Bad Girls Club was. I was like, okay, sir, I don't know if this is, I don't think I want to hear this right now. Thank you, audience. Yeah, that was a killer. Thank you. All right, thank you. Thank you for the high
Clapping here
five.
somewhere. There's clapping. I saw clapping. There it is.
Thank you very much.
What I wanted to do you know what this is?
Oh man, that's Uptown right now.
Did you perform at Uptown?
Yes, yeah, I perform pretty much everywhere around here. I haven't did a Star Bar yet.
But in one thing, I was telling Garry that Uptown, I was always afraid to go there, and I haven't. I've been there to see shows, which is a lot of fun. But I heard if they don't like you, they'll shake their keys at you.
Well, I haven't seen that up there yet. But usually when people hear Uptown, like they hear it from the older people, like, man, you got to bring it to Uptown because they will get you. And I really haven't seen, like, you got to really be horrible for them to do that.
But well, I did. I forgot. I did go there once, and everyone was shaking their keys at me. No. I thought they liked me because everyone was trying to give me their car.
I think it's worse if they play the gunshots because I really think I'm getting shot.
But you know who hangs out there? T.I. is there a lot?
Yeah, I see him and K-Dub are tight.
Yeah, T.I. signed him.
Yes.
In fact, we had T.I.'s sister on the show, Precious.
Really?
On T.I. and Tiny's Playhouse.
Actually, T.I. is he's very dipped into comedy because Lil Duval used to be with him a lot, and then Lil Duval's off doing MTV too now. So
yeah, he's getting big. Yeah. I heard he wanted to start a comedy show or something.
He's very successful.
Listen, Marlan, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate you coming on. I think we'll be seeing big things from you.
Hope so.
Big things from Garry. Big things for Don. Big things from Al and Philip. I don't know what I'm going to say for you. Thank you for turning in to Comics on Parole. Tune in 2 weeks when we won't know who will be here, but they will be here. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for tuning in.